This one is a little toxic, but let's mess around a little bit. One Piece live action. A lot of things were said that added context to the story, changed a lot of things. We know it isn't necessarily canon, but it isn't not canon at the same time. So, Shanks vs. Mihawk. In their dialect at the end, episode 8, final episode of the season, Mihawk comes to Shanks, you know, one of the iconic scenes. Mihawk pulls up on Shanks. Shanks is like, hey, I'm a little hungover. Can't necessarily do it right now. Mihawk responds with, I don't want to fight a man that was half what he used to be. And Shanks responds with,
I could still take it. And with one arm tied behind my back.
You know, in the manga, but when we got the new bounties and they hyped up Mihawk and it was like sword skills even greater than red hair. And you know, it's closer to home as a manga, closer to source material. But here we have the live action that we know Oda was heavily a part of. And in this little dialogue, the choice of words with Shanks is, I can still take you. Meaning, Shanks was winning those duels against Mihawk. And since we know Mihawk was already a made name, Shanks was up and coming, and Shanks made a name off of dueling Mihawk, it ain't too far to say Shanks made a name off of beating Mihawk in duels. Giving him the reputation of like, yo, we know Mihawk that guy, the marine hunter, world's strongest swordsman, and if red hair can beat him in duels, he must be him. So based off of that, I went back to the anime and I watched the subbed to see the little exchange. And similar, Mihawk pulls up, Shanks is like, yo, not really in the condition to have a duel right now, you know, Mihawk. And Mihawk responds, this time, you know, live action, Shanks the one that said the interesting thing. Now in the anime, the sub, I didn't check it out. What it said was, Mihawk responded with, I have no intentions of settling things with you now that you lost your arm, basically. So now Mihawk is saying, I don't want to settle things with you. Now, my little comprehension skills, if we have a grudge and I'm the one that need to settle something with you, that must mean that you had the upper hand. No? That's a safe assumption, right? So now we have the live action making me realize something I haven't, even though I watch One Piece twice, reread all the time, and I've seen this scene 1,000 times. So I never noticed this until the live action brought it to my attention. We've been having this great Shanks versus Mihawk debate when we probably got the answer a long time ago. In those duels between Shanks and Mihawk, Shanks had the upper hand. Or at least, very least, the last duel they had, Shanks had the upper hand and Shanks won. And now Mihawk needs to settle a score. Shanks have the impression of, I can still take you, even with one arm. I'm just saying, the Mihawk fanboys, y'all gotta find me a good counter argument for this. Cause the Mihawk greater sword skills than Shanks ain't really cutting it. I'm like, yes, you can be a better swordsman. There's still more to think about. There's speed, haki, durability. There's still more variables. So yes, we know Mihawk is better purely with the sword. I have a live action statement and I have a statement from the anime. You gotta counter Mihawk fanboys.
Yeah. I know that you gon' say 'cause you need something real, for real.